Maths preparation for grade 10. Let's begin with a factorization question. Apologies, wrong pen. So factorize the following expression. Now remember, factorize comes from 4, which we know there are 4 possibilities. We can take out a highest common factor. We could do difference of 2 squares. We could do trinomials. And we could also do grouping. Now when we look at our question, I'll put in a different color, is 3x squared plus 9x minus 2xy minus 6y. Back to black. All right, as you can see, we have a term that we have a question that has 4 terms and not 2 terms, because we understand if it was just 2 terms, we could definitely try a difference of 2 squares. If it was 3 terms, we could try trinomials, but because we have 4 terms, we're going to try grouping. So again, it doesn't matter how you group it. You're going to try group it as best as you can so that you can take out a common factor, for an example. So let's just read it from left to right. So I'm going to group these 2 together, and I'm going to group those 2 together. Okay, be very aware of the signs as well. So between my first 2 terms, I'm going to take out 3 as my common factor and x. Now I'm going to open the bracket and I'm going to remove 3x from 3x squared. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. X squared divided by x would be x. 9 divided by 3 would give me 3. X divided by x would just give me that. Then we have a negative and a negative. So I'll take out a negative 2y this time. Same thing again. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. Y divided by y is 1, leaving me with my x. And then I have, apologies, negative 6 divided by negative 2, which will then be positive 3. And then my y divided by y would be 1. So that's what I have. All right. So if we take it back to the first step, we had a question with 4 terms, understanding that I couldn't have used dots because that's 2 terms, try because that's 3 terms, and grouping would have been best. I just worked it from left to right. If it didn't work, then I would swap and try term 1 with term 3 and term 2 with term 4. But in this case, we have something, because in our bracket, as you can see, we have the same term. So now I'm going to take out the highest common factor, which is really the bracket. So I'm going to take out the bracket like the highest common factor. So now it's going to look like x, taking it back to x, keep putting the wrong pen, x plus 3. And then in the first term, if I say x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, I'm only left with 3x. And in the second term, if I take out x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, I'm left with negative 2y. And that would be my final answer. Let's try another one. So let's try, maybe not a factorization question. Another word that goes with the word factorization is actually simplification. Sometimes when given the word simplification, you might need to include some laws and principles of factorization. So let me leave the notes that says factorization on top. But this time I'm going to put the big word that says simplify. So I'm going to put my simplify there. So the real question is, we're trying to simplify, but we understand in simplification, we might have to factorize. So let's see the first question. So the first question is looking a little bit like fraction. So it's m squared minus 64 all over m squared plus 8m plus on the top m minus 8 divided by m. Okay, so let me do this in red so that you see this is the incorrect way to do it. So you cannot go m divided by m, or m minus 8 and m minus 8 cancels each other. All right, so obviously we are dealing with the addition, which shows that we have two terms. So you're basically dealing it like two questions. So you can only work this part first, then the second part second. All right. In addition, so additionally, when we have, left it out there. Additionally, when we have, for an example, m minus 8 over m, we cannot cancel those two m's because why? Again, the presence of an addition or subtraction makes this now something I need to work through first. So be careful of addition and subtraction. Right, so let us rewrite this question just so that we can now approach it correctly. So I'm going to take it back to black. There we are. So we're going to rewrite it as m squared minus 64 all over m squared plus 8m plus m minus 8 over m. So now I'm going to work on the left hand side of my addition sign. So basically, as we can see, remembering the word simplify means I could highest common factor, difference of two terms, trinomial or group. So I can see here that I have two terms. So that's where I'm starting, just so you can see where I'm starting. I have two terms, so it's either I'm going to do difference of two squares or highest common factor. I can see there's no highest common factor, so then I'm going to go for difference of two squares, where I open up my two brackets. I square root my m squared and I square root my 64. Understanding that 4 times 4 is 16, so it's definitely not that. I think it's quite obvious. We say 64 square root is 4, so then we know it's 8 times 8. So we're going to have m 8 with a plus m minus 8. All right, second one again, I see we have two terms. Let me just put a color there so you see where I'm looking, just there. And again, at those two terms, I'm going to start again. Can I do highest common factor? And I can see I can take m out as a common factor. So then m squared divided by m gives me m. Gives me m. I just lost my pen there. Gives me m. And 8m divided by m gives me plus 8. Yes? Okay, then on the other side, we have plus m minus 8, which you can do nothing to it, equals m. So there's an equal sign there. I'm going to move it up a bit. Okay, now, because we have the brackets, the bracket makes everything within the bracket one term. So now I can cancel out. So let me put a purple. So m plus 8 divided by m plus 8 gives me 1, leaving me with equals m minus 8 over m plus m minus 8 over m. Yes? Okay, so again here we're not going to cancel out, so be very careful, don't cancel out. Work through the maths and see if it makes sense. Denominators are the same, so I'm just going to add my numerator. So it's going to be m minus 8 plus m minus 8 all over m, and this answer is going to give me m plus m, 2m. Still with me, everybody? minus 16 all over m.